This is just a Metro. Yeah.
I'm saying what kind of phone.
Oh, Moto something. Moto or something, one of them.
Yeah, you'll be fine. It'll pick you up.
Yeah.
I just like to put mine here because if I turn the camera, it won't.
We're King Cash.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I like that. It's all about you.
You saw 10K. You saw two people on that picture I posted this morning, right?
Oh, I didn't see it.
It's on my wall.
All about you.
10K.
So you're in the business as well?
Yeah, she's licensed as well.
I love it. Okay.
All right, you can start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy Monday, everybody out there. Welcome to Hidden Images Podcast, powered by Next Level Internet Radio. I'm your podcast host, Sabrina Ford, and for the next 2 hours, we're bringing you nothing but the biz as it relates to African American businesses, African American entrepreneurs, and African American culture. Again, happy Monday to you all out there. I hope y'all are tuned in. If you're tuned in here live on Facebook and here on the radio, I want y'all to know that today is a very special day. We're going to have a 2-part special of Hidden Images Podcast. Right now, I have in the studio, we have financial advisor Qualon Hackworth, and then tonight at 7 p.m., we will have a second airing of Hidden Images Podcast with the Galaxy Wealth Group. So you guys stay tuned in today. I want you guys to grab a pen and grab a piece of paper because today is going to be packed with so much financial knowledge, and you guys won't want to miss the first podcast episode right now and then later on this evening as well. So with all that being said, I really don't have many announcements to make tonight. We're just going to dive right into the episode. Again, I have financial advisor Qualon Hackworth here in the station today live to talk all things related to finances, building generational wealth, and how you can be a part of his team. How you doing, Qualon? Good afternoon.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, happy Monday to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell the listeners and our Facebook Live audience just a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get into it.
All right. Well, my name is Qualon Hackworth. Like Sabrina said, I'm a financial advisor, also a photographer, and I wear many other hats as well. But today, it's about the financial services. So, yeah, we have a financial service business that roughly me and my wife we've been a part of roughly around almost 3 years now, and so being able to help families, help educate families on their finances, because that's something that's definitely lacking in our communities.
Mm-hmm.
And so being able to do that, man, it's just it's a joy to be able to help our people pretty much.
Yeah, it is. It is, especially in the Black community. I know we've had a financial advisor before, and even before the podcast started, of course, finances, business people that are well knowledgeable and well versed in these areas, we need them in our community to teach other people. So tell me a little bit how you got started in that industry, because you said you do photography, you have a lot of things on your table. What led you to finances in particularly?
Well, we had a friend of ours that had invited us out to a meeting, and wanted us to take a look at what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple of friends of ours, and so we went to a meeting and we checked out, the financial service part of it, and a lot of things hit home to what we're not doing and the wrong things we were doing with our finances.
Mm-hmm.
And so, after talking with my wife, we decided that we were gonna, get licensed in the industry, and we got in, and I got licensed, and then she got licensed, and we started, the educational part of learning how to help families and what to do with families. And when we started along that road, we went through the ups and downs of learning and just wrapping our heads around it and doing the right things. And so that's how we got started. And so and I was fortunate enough to connect with an advisor. She's actually a broker, and she's an awesome lady. Her name is Shanika Turner, her husband, Edward Turner, and I've learned a lot from her, and she our office right there in Mesquite, Texas, 10 East and Galloway. So we're just right now we're the #1 office in our company. Matter of fact,
Congratulations.
in the state of Texas. So
Snaps for that.
Yeah, we're an educational office, so we're not into just going in and selling. We're into going in and educating the families on what they have. And then, the sale part come last, because we don't have to sell you, because once we show you and educate you, it's going to come natural. Does it make sense to do this, or does it make sense to do that? Well, once you have the facts in front of you, then you make a good educational decision. So, yeah.
I think that's very important, and you really touched bases on it when you said the education part. Like, we're educated enough now we can go out and teach other families and educate them on how they can get a better track on their finances. And I just think that's so important. I mean, I want to get in the business myself. I know you've asked me, you've educated me. Like, every time we talk, you give me little gems here and there. But again, I think it's so important that for anyone entering this type of business, that they do have the knowledge to be able to express and to be able to show someone else, hey, this is what you may be potentially doing wrong that's damaging your finances, and here's how we can help you. So tell me some of the ways that you do help families get back on track.
Well, we go in and, we put together a financial game plan for a family, we show them how they can get out of debt. Show them, we look at the total financial house. When you're building a house, you start with the foundation.
Yeah.
Your foundation is your life insurance and your income protection and your will. You start with that foundation, and then we go, the next level is to the debt. We show you how to get rid of that debt, how what we call a snowball effect. Get rid of your debt. And then the next level we go to is your retirement. Your retirement, we say retirement before education, because when you get ready to retire, you can't get a loan for retirement. So, it's a saying we say, when you're on an airplane, if something happened while you're on a flight, the flight attendant tells you, if the airbags pop down, take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
Then help the kids. You know what I'm saying? So you take care of yourself first when you're for retirement. So like I said, you can get a loan for education. You can't get a loan for retirement. So then after retirement, we go to the education, and then at the top, the top part is our goals and our dreams. And that's the approach that we take. Those steps right there to getting out of debt, making sure we're secure for retirement, be able to stay retired. Because that was a lot of people are able to retire but not stay retired. When you go into Wally World, you see that person at the front door. Hey, welcome to Wally World. Welcome to Walmart. Yeah. And do you think they really want to be standing there? No, they don't. That's facts. And so, we show you how to be able to stay retired. Make sure you're on track to stay retired. And that's the approach we take.
And so for anyone out there listening, what I'm hearing is that the resources are out there, of course, to help you to get on a better financial track.
Correct.
You have people out there that can help you. But the most important thing that I want people that are listening and that are watching to understand is that this is going to take time. So have you experienced it where you had a client maybe that it took them 3, 5, maybe 10 years to get back on a track? What's the average, or is there an average?
Everybody's situation is different.
I understand.
So can't really just say it's an average, but it's case by case basis. I say everybody is different. Somebody might be deeper in debt than someone else. So it just depends. It depends on where they are. Yeah. So it's not really just an answer for it, but it could. Depends on just what they have. That's all it is. That's all it is to it. Depends on what they have.
I think the most important part is that just don't get discouraged. Correct. Understand that it is going to take time to get back on track, and it's going to take sacrifice.
Correct. You didn't get into debt overnight.
No, you didn't. You're right about that.
You did not get into debt overnight, so you're not gonna get out of debt overnight.
Right, that's correct.
Now that's something we do say. So
And the important part is getting out of debt and staying out of debt.
Correct.
Don't get out of debt and then go run up more debt thinking, oh, I have good credit now, or I'm debt free, and now you go run up more debt. Have you seen that happen before?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. People get out of debt and I'm good now. And then
You go right back in debt.
Right back into debt.
So it's a mentality thing. It's more so a mentality thing for us people to get out of debt and stay out of debt.
Correct. It's a big mentality. Because, if you think about it, really, finances is not something that's really talked about in our community.
It's not. Why?
We don't really talk on it because, when you go into, the white and the Jewish communities, they talk about it. The kids know about it. But, it's something we just really don't talk about. We know how to pay, let's pay on it, or let's pay something on it, or rob Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah.
We know that. We got that system down.
Yeah.
But,
I love my mom, but that's the system she taught me.
Yeah.
I love you, Mom, but yeah.
That's what we've seen growing up as kids.
Yeah.
And so as we become adults, well, I'm gonna pay something on this water bill. I'm gonna pay something on this bill here, and I'll pay half his car note and hide the car. And,
we gotta stop that. We definitely we do.
It's
we
just
have to.
it's facts.
Yeah,
the
that's
things
true.
that we do.
Yeah.
And it's we gotta put a stop to that. We gotta change our thinking and turn things around. Because we're grown now, but then our kids will come up and they're watching us. And so, what you think they're gonna do?
Yeah.
Well, this is what my mom and my dad did, so it worked for them, so it's gonna work for me. But
we definitely have to change that mindset, and changing our mindset now helps to build that generational wealth, that generational mindset, because we definitely have to teach our kids at a young age, save this $1, save this 50 cents.
Yeah.
We show them how to get money, but do we teach them how to save the money?
Yeah. How to save it or how to invest it.
So tell me some ways, if we have clients coming in right now, how can we get them started on saving money? What would be the first direction you might tell someone?
Well, the saving money. Well, the first thing I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go right by that financial house. What I just explained.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with the financial house. We're gonna look at that foundation. Then we're gonna look at that debt. We're gonna knock out some debt, free up some money, and then I'm not securities licensed, so I can't go into securities part of starting an investment or anything like that. Which I have one of my partners will do that, which would be Shanika Turner. She does that. But that's the approach that we would take. We put together financial game plans, free financial game plans.
Y'all hear that? A free financial game plan.
Yes, we do not charge for a financial game plan. And we put that game plan together with the detailed direction on what they need to do. And it'll free up, show you where to free up money so you can save instead of put money back. Like I say, once again, to be prepared to save money, be prepared to retire and stay retired. That way. So that's the approach we take.
And when you do free up that money, don't go spend it on something else. Because I'm just telling you out from experience.
Put it away.
I did. I freed up some finances, and here I found another something that I need to pay for it. Like,
just be tugging at you.
It does.
Man,
It does.
But I gotta have it. I have to get out of that mentality. That was me.
That's why it's all a mentality thing. Like,
Amazon is a trap.
You know what? I'm lucky in that area. I really don't do a lot of shopping on Amazon unless I need it for photography stuff.
That's why I say it's a trap, though. Everything I need, I pretty much, if I can't go to a photography store, I get it off Amazon. I have it in a couple of days.
Okay, so let me ask you this. For people like us, for other entrepreneurs, we're trying to do several things at once. We're trying to build our brands. We want to save money. We want to build our business credit and things like that. How do we as entrepreneurs keep ourselves off of Amazon for buying products for our business? Or would you consider that not necessarily a debt, but a good purchase or a smart purchase?
Well, what I did, this is what I do. So I come up with a budget, a photography budget.
That's smart.
And so I let the business pay for the business.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I do photo shoots, I'm stacking that money. I'm not messing with that money.
Mm-hmm.
And so, now I'm the boss let me convert.
I love it.
Let me convert.
I love it.
The garage right now to a studio. And so I didn't come out of pocket with anything. It comes out of my photography budget that I created to buy backdrops and props and things that I'm needing to be able to mount the backdrops on the wall, the pulleys and all that stuff, down the backdrops and all that stuff. So, your budget. You come up with a budget. That way, I don't have to mess with this money. It's strictly for this money. And that's what I do. That's what's working for me. Mm-hmm. And I have an account with a card, debit card, and everything that I swipe, and it saves you at the end of the year as far as write-offs for tax purposes. Mm-hmm. So I stay on the phone with my tax lady. Hey, do I need to do this or do I need to do that? And shout out to Lakita Scholar, pretty quick tax service, and she's my tax lady. She's also one of my clients, so she keeps me in line.
I like that.
And so
I like that. I love what you said about your beautiful wife sitting here. Like, she's supporting you, letting you turn the garage into a studio. Mm-hmm. How important is that we have that support when we're building a brand, that we're getting it from our friends, our family, our spouses? How important is that to you?
It's important when you have someone that's standing behind you and pushing you. Mm-hmm. It makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. Versus you feel like it's a team effort.
A team effort, I love it.
Versus I'm just out there, I'm here by myself. It's all me. I try to take care of it myself. But if I need some help, I know she'll jump in. She might fuss at me, but she'll jump in. But yeah, she'll jump in and she'll help wherever she can. Yeah. And as I share different things with her, and like yesterday, I just say, hey baby, look at this shot here. Look at this. And she was like, oh, that is nice. So she kind of seeing what I'm doing, the vision that I have, and which direction I'm going. And so now she's like, okay, I see what you're doing. Okay. So
let's talk more about your photography business. What's the name of your photography business again?
TRS Photography.
TRS Photography.
True Radical Saint Photography. That's what it stands for.
True Radical Saint Photography. You guys, Qualon is a phenomenal photographer. I've shot with him before. We shot on a boat. Yeah. We did another shoot, about 2-3 years ago now?
Yeah.
That was a nice shoot. I love my pictures from that one.
When we shoot on a boat last year?
It was last year, right?
Yeah. Lake Louisville.
Uh-huh.
That was an adventure.
It was. It was. So tell me, photography finances. There are two different ends of the spectrum there. How did you get into photography?
Well, okay. When we renewed our 10-year anniversary, and so I hired some kinfolk to come take pictures of our wedding. We had a wedding. We didn't have a wedding when we got married. We got married on a white watch night service, and 1104. Yes, I know the date.
Oh.
Yeah, on a white watch night service, about 2:36 in the morning. Yeah, and so we got married New Year's Day that morning, and so 10 years later we had our wedding, and I hired my kinfolk, and he came and he kind of messed up our pictures, and she was really livid about it.
Of course, as she should have been.
Because you can't get those moments.
No, you can't.
You can't push rewind.
No.
You can't. There's nothing you can do. Once those moments happen, they happen and they're gone.
Yeah.
And so we didn't really get what we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, man, I ought to get me a camera and just start taking pictures. That's what really just dove into that, because I've never really been on the side of taking the pictures. I was always on the other side of getting pictures taken of me in my former life. My former life, I was in the music industry, and so somebody was always taking my pictures. We do a video. I was on that side of the camera, but I've never been on the other side of the camera where I was doing the picture taking or shooting a little video, whatever. And so I wanted to learn that. That when that happened, that just prompted me to want to learn photography. And so I got a camera. My first camera was a Fujifilm camera, which was considered a toy, but I learned the basics off that toy.
Yeah.
Starting to learn ISO and all that stuff. And then I didn't go to school for it. YouTube University.
I understand.
YouTube
University for a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of things, a lot of people.
If you didn't want to go to school for it, get on YouTube University, and YouTube University will teach you, because it's a lot of stuff on there that's free. You just take the time and get on YouTube and just watch and learn, and punch in your camera, and they'll tell you how to work your camera, what settings on your camera, and that's how I learned. But that's how I got into photography, because somebody messed up our wedding, basically. And I said to myself, I don't want nobody to experience what we experienced.
Yeah.
And when I do a wedding, I said then whenever I do a wedding, I want their memories to be captured correctly.
Yeah, of course.
Make sure everything looks good. Make sure the bride is happy. Make sure the groom is happy. Make sure that couple is happy, because like I said, you can never get those moments back. And I don't ever want to, cause that kind of pain on somebody. So
yeah, absolutely. Our stories are kind of similar there in photography. I started in 2020, and what prompted me was, because when I got married, we took pictures for our wedding, but we couldn't afford to purchase the entire wedding package, and so that's part of the reason why I've started photography is, of course, the pandemic too. But then I was telling myself, like, when I want pictures, I just want to be able to put my camera up, take them, boom, get my pictures done. Family pictures, I want to be able to take. I don't want to have to deal with, can we purchase them? Can we afford a photographer? Can we afford the package? So I was just telling myself, hey, purchase your own camera and just start taking your own pictures.
Yep.
And so from there, just like you, jumped on YouTube, started learning, connected with people like you that help educate me on photography and things like that. And so now I'm just trying to continue and grow my niche in boudoir photography, as you know. And it's been going pretty well.
Yeah, pretty good at it.
Yeah, you are too. No, you're really good. You're a phenomenal photographer. I've been meeting a lot of great photographers in the area, and it's so hard to choose the right one. So for the listeners out there, how do you decide, or what would you tell a client that's deciding between choosing you as a photographer or choosing someone else as a photographer?
How do I decide?
Or how do you help them decide?
Well, number one, I don't like to text. I like to get on the phone and let's talk.
I like that.
Let's talk, because we text and I want, no, let's get on the phone. You tell me exactly what you're looking for. Tell me, what you want. And I can tell you if I can do that or if I can't do that. I'm totally transparent with people, because like I said, I don't want you to waste your money. I want to be able to give you the service that you're looking for. And so that's number one with me. Let's get on the phone, let's game plan, let's talk about it, and let's put the plan together. And then I'll give you the price, and then, you go with it or you don't go with it,
Yeah,
it's just
simple as that.
Yeah.
But I like what you said. I do. I'd rather get on the phone. Let's have this conversation. Let's talk about your needs and let's figure out what you want. If it's within what I have priced listed and then that's in your budget, then hey, let's roll with it.
Right. And I like to also hear when a person really passionate about something they really want, you'll hear it in their voice. I want this, and I want that, and I love to get a shot with, like a lady with a crown on my head or something. I want a shot in this nice dress, and they tell me exactly what they're looking for. And so you hear that, you hear it in their voice, and so you try to give them exactly what what they're feeling.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You want them to feel. As we shooting, I feel like I'm a princess. Or I feel like
Yeah.
I'm a queen.
Especially with us women.
Yeah.
We do. We want to feel like a princess, queen, royalty, everything. Like.
Yes. And I've learned. I don't take a shot. I look you over. I look you from head to toe before I start snapping, because women are very particular about. Oh man, look at that! So I start from the head and I look, go to the earring, to the necklace. I look, make sure you put your shirt down, make sure ain't no wrinkle on it. That's what I do, and a lot of ladies really appreciate that. And I learned that from a friend of mine. Because I used to shoot for a store called Unique Fashions. His name was E. Smith, E.C.E.O. Smith. Unique Hustle, Unique Fashions over there in Ball Springs. So I learned a lot working out of him, and he taught me a lot. He taught me a lot, and he really gave me the opportunity to come in and just shoot a lot of models and learn. So shout out to you.
You know what? That's why I love networking and talking to people and communicating and reaching out, because you never know who people are, and you never know what type of opportunities they may have available for you. And I'm always willing to just pick up my camera and practice and shoot. You need some extra help? I'm here. Here I am.
Yeah.
But one thing you said that's so important, and you touched on him helping you, and you were shooting a lot of female clients, and that the female clients were happy that you made sure that they looked good and that everything was okay with their attire from head to toe.
Correct.
And me as a female photographer, I get a lot of female clients who want to work with other female photographers. How important is that for male photographers to keep and to maintain and to put forth the professionalism that women clients are looking for as they are in the female photographers as well?
Well, in my experience, I should answer this.
Honestly. Because I've had some female clients reach out and they're like, I'm so glad you're a female photographer. I want to shoot with you. I want to book with you. Yeah. Correct.
Because truthfully, there's a lot of photographers that have made a lot of female clients uncomfortable. And I wasn't finna be one of those guys.
I know you're not.
And thank God I wasn't one of those guys, because I'll never forget, it was a podcast. It was on a radio station, and it was about, how many of them was in there, baby? About six or seven of them in there. And out of the seven, I had shot like 3 or 4 of them. And they were talking about how uncomfortable some of these male photographers made them feel, and someone tried to holler at them, get with them, and all that. And so out of the 3 or 4 in there, I texted one of them. I put in big bold letters, sugar, honey, and iced tea. I left the tea out, put the D at the end, not me. And she like, oh yeah, this photographer right here, Q. And as soon as she said Q, it was like the rest of them like, oh no, Q ain't like that.
Yeah, right.
And so, keep it professional at all times. You gotta be professional. No matter what that client may do, or how the client may act. Because there's some clients, I call it like, I don't know what I said, trick for pics.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. I've never heard of that. I've never heard it called that, but I get it.
And there's some of them out there that really do, because that goes both ways.
I'm glad you said that now.
Not just the male photographers.
So clients, you guys need to, some of you female clients, y'all need to respect yourselves at these photo shoots and act accordingly. If you don't want to be hit on, you don't want to be touched, you don't want to be treated disrespectfully, then don't go into a session and carry yourself in a manner to where it might be misleading.
Correct. Or you are think you finna pay for your shoot.
Other than finances, money. Okay, I get that. Wow. Okay, so you just taught me something. Oh wow.
And so a lot of the clientele that I got when I first started, you gotta open up and shoot anybody. And so before then, I had a talk with the boss. I said, a lot of the clientele that I'm shooting, do you have any questions you want to ask me? Ask me now, cause I'm finna go into this, and this is gonna be my business. And I need anything that's going through your mind. Let's get it out of your mind and talk to me. Ask me now. And
I think that's important to have that conversation, because
if I feel like I'm going into a situation where that I'm not sure about, somebody coming with me.
I like that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I shoot my daughter as well.
Mm-hmm.
I take her with me.
Mm-hmm.
I take her with my daughter about that life.
I got you, Dad. I got you.
I take my daughter and she ain't about that life. She about that life. And I take the number one tattletale it is. She gonna give her a full detailed report.
You know what?
Yeah.
I have an aunt, and growing up, oh my gosh, her kids, like, we all knew if the kids were with my aunt's husband, like, they gonna make sure he stay, he's not gonna do anything he's not supposed to do.
Correct.
Because they gonna come back and tell it.
She ain't gonna wait till she sees it. She gonna call.
Yeah.
Mama. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, taking someone with you, even a female photographer, just as a witness, a protection, your assistant for that day, just to verify, everything was on the up and up. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, and I try to keep this phone going, the BTS behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here, shoot me, shoot that.
Yeah.
Shoot me, shoot this person. I keep that BTS going.
Yeah. 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 And I think that's important, whether you're married or not, just to protect yourself when it comes to working with certain clients. And I don't want to just say female clients and try to throw females out there or throw them under the bus or anything. Just what my experience and what I've been hearing, so.
Yeah, they can go either way.
It can. Exactly.
It can go either way.
Yeah, it can.
There's some characters out there.
Definitely.
Seriously, there's some serious characters out there, man, that have issues.
So, best and worst photo shoot, like your best photo shoot or your most favorite, your most memorable one, and then maybe one you're like, dang, I don't even want to post these pictures.
Let's see. In the beginning, that's when I did was the worst. Like in the beginning, when I was learning my ISO, and the white background, I was learning how to illuminate that background. I was learning the settings pretty much, and I don't know to it. I kind of messed those pictures up. I did, and that's when I was when I really working with E, and I connected. I messed up a session. It wasn't a session, but we were just shooting. It was closing the store, and so you got to go through the editing phase where you learn how to edit.
Yes.
You got to learn how to edit. That's shooting the pictures is the easy part, but the editing comes after. And so I wanted to learn how to make that white background, snow white, shine bright, And so I messed up a session there, and I was like, man, I'm gonna post these pictures.
I've done that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna post these pictures. And I connected with another photographer, and he shot up. I saw his picture. I said, man, how'd you get that white background like that? He said, let me see your camera. And he showed me the setting on it. And ever since then, bam, it's on. And so, yeah. And another one, I had the wrong lens. I was trying to get my lenses together, and I had the wrong lens. The husband pictures came out perfect. Her pictures didn't.
Oh.
And so, me being me, I'm like, I can't. I had the wrong lens. I shot you in the wrong light. I didn't have the correct light. That was before the Godox system and everything. So and I didn't have the right lights, the right lens. I say, so I owe you a photo shoot. That's just me. If I mess up your photo shoot, just know you got another photo shoot coming. Nothing free of charge. It was coming. And so, yeah. So the first one, memorable, the one I love the was when I shot. It was a small wedding, and that was my first one. And it immediately took me back to our wedding. I'm not gonna mess this up.
No.
I'm gonna make sure I got there early.
Yeah.
I asked them, could I walk around the church? And I had a couple of bridesmaids that stand calls. I want you to be the bride. I want you to be the groom. And I took pictures from every angle to make sure I had every angle right. And from the pulpit down, standing by the preacher, everything. I made sure I had everything right. And that was really the one that I really enjoyed.
I think it's always the first that we remember and we enjoy. I know my first photo session, that was, of course, one of my favorite ones, and I love those pictures. And then, of course, the first time I had to rectify in a situation, I remember that as well. And what you said is so important as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, is that you made a mistake, but you reached out to the client and you owned up to it. Let's rectify the situation. You have another photo shoot coming. I didn't quite do this well, so let's do it again. How important is that for business owners to step up to the plate and do that and rectify situations that maybe was their fault?
Correct. And with me, you always gonna get more. That's something that I try not to do, but I like shooting. So a lot of photographers like it. Well, if you say you're taking 10 shots, take 10 shots to be done. Okay, like me, if I'm in a shoot, and to me, if we clicking in a shoot, okay, let's try this angle. Boom. Okay, let's try this angle, and I'll be like, oh man, I done took almost 50 pictures. Wow. Yeah,
that last session, I think you took quite a bit when we were on the boat.
We were up on the water. So
just enjoying the night. That was fun. But I do that same. I need to actually start putting a better number on it. But it's hard. Like you say, you get behind that camera, the chemistry there, the lighting's right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just shoot.
Yeah. And I'm getting better now. So if we're gonna take 20 shots, we're gonna take 20 shots. We end up taking about 26.
It's hard not to take more because I think the client thinks that as soon as you click that button and you shoot, that it's a perfect photo. And it's just not like that. Photography just doesn't work that way, or at least my understanding and my photography doesn't work that way. Like,
it be some messed up shots.
It does sometimes.
You look at that like, oh, how that shot look? Oh, we're gonna do it again.
Do it again. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Hold that pose for me real quick. After I take this shot, don't move. Take the shot. Okay, give me one more.
Yep. Yep. I get it.
It's a process.
It is a process, and like you said, just taking the pictures itself isn't the whole process. Now we've got to go back, sit down and edit them. And the editing process actually is the most important part at post-production.
Correct. Because, sir, can you please take my stomach out? Can you please trim my legs?
Can you please knock off 30 pounds?
Like, ma'am, look, I gotta be very honest with you. I can smooth your skin. I can smooth you out. Maybe trim you just a little bit. But recently I did a pool shoot, and a lady told me, she said, I actually got trimmed up, and she asked me, why'd you do that? She said, I ain't ashamed of my body.
I know that's right.
This is who I am. I was like, you an alien. Like, you an alien. Okay, like, this a first. And, yeah. But, you know, that comes with it. I've learned if you get it right pretty much doing the shoot, the editing part is easy.
True.
So I try to make sure the lighting's right, make sure the shot is perfect. So all you gotta do is just touch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's a learning experience. You know, you have to go through the phase of where you gotta learn to get there. And you know, thank God I went through that phase, and now I can just edit. Yeah, I used to hate editing.
I still do. I'm not gonna.
I actually enjoy it now because I can go through it so fast now. I can go through it so fast, so I've learned how to, you know, edit a picture and then go to the next one and use the same edit, and it just comes out perfect.
Calvin Brown Photography, shout out to him. He's another photographer mentor that I work with. He did show me how to do a lot of the adjusting the lighting in Lightroom all at one time.
Yep.
And I didn't know that. And he was like, girl, you've been going through every one of these pictures. I said, yes. That's why it takes me so long.
Hit that autofocus.
Yeah. I'm learning that, and I'm learning how to adjust, like you said, multiple pictures at the same time, and then taking that edit and then just copying it, pasting it on the picture that's similar to it. So it definitely is a process.
Yeah. Learn how to, you know, I've learned how to use that healing. Use the healing in Lightroom.
Well, actually, I don't know how to use it in Lightroom, but I do in Photoshop.
Like Lightroom, it's simple. I'm sure it's simple. I use Lightroom. I don't really use Photoshop. I use Lightroom.
For some reason, I have to toggle between both. I'll start off in Lightroom, and then to get the lighting right, colors and stuff right, and then I'll have to send it to Photoshop to do the healing, touch up, things like that. So I guess it's working.
I love it, man. Hit that little Band-Aid button.
That's funny.
Band-Aid button. You got a mark on your arm or something like that. Take a piece of skin off of her, put it over that right there.
See, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, it's crazy what photographers can do in post editing. Like, and that's why, like, a lot of our clients, people that we could get, like, not non-celebrities, non-influencers, stuff like that, like, they expect their pictures to look like a Beyonce or Cardi B or Nicki Minaj, and I'm like, honey, I can't do that. I'm not lying to you, honey. You need to go pay that photographer those thousands of dollars, and he can make you look like that.
My grandfather used to say, son, know your limits.
Yeah, yes.
Know your limits. And, man, yeah, I can't do that. You know, you gotta be real with your client.
Yes.
I can't do that.
No.
Can you take me off this picture and put me on this picture? I ain't learned how to do that.
No, oh my God. I have to show you after podcast. My mom has a friend. She sent me some pictures, and she's like, can you take my face and put my boyfriend and us on the same picture? And when I got those pictures, I was like, no ma'am, I cannot do that.
Mama, I have to tell you this.
Tell your friend. I'm sorry. I didn't even tell her. I said, Mama, tell your friend. I cannot do that.
Y'all come get together and we can take a picture.
Yeah, like I can do a photo shoot for y'all.
We ain't finna take him over there and embrace this person.
I can't do that. I can't. And I can to a certain extent, but the pictures that she sent, I even asked another photographer, I'm like, can this be done? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, good. I'm glad you said it.
They can now. They come out. I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm thinking about getting it. It's a software that you can get. I don't know the name of it, but you can erase everything around that person, and then save that person and move it to that. Actually, I do have a software that I do that with when I'm making my financial flyers and stuff. What's the name? I can't think of the name up right now. I'll tell you in a minute. It'll come to me. But it is an app you can use. So they come up with it's apps out there that can do that kind of stuff now.
Yeah.
But me just sitting in the Lightroom doing it.
No, I can't do it.
But, yeah. So when they asked me initially, can you do it? No, I can play with it a little bit, but it's like when you first learn how to edit, you gotta get it down first, and then once you get it down, I watch somebody just cut somebody out like this, and I'm like, wait, hold on, what you just hit? I hit this one, this one. I was like, slow down. Then they cut them out, paste, copy, boom, put them in there. Trim them up a little bit,
yeah,
put a little glow around it, and then edit the picture. All right, here you go. I'm looking at you, man. How you do that?
I've noticed some like the actual when I look at some people on YouTube, they're actually editing on their keyboard. They're not even using their mouse, and they actually edit just using the F keys and this. And I'm like, what?
Mouse.
I know.
Mouse, or on the laptop with my finger. Some stuff I don't use the mouse for. I be on that little pad on that laptop. Because you got to zoom in.
Yeah.
Then I use that mouse because I need that to get that little part that I can't get.
Yeah.
Got to blow it up and then get that. When you get that picture, you look smooth. I'll tell you what I went through to get you smooth, but you smooth.
My first maternity session, it went really well. The client, she was so happy, and that's one of the things she said. She got my skin looking so smooth, and she doesn't know I was nervous the whole time because it was my first one. But of course, you in order to get the experience, you have to get the experience. You have to, But they actually turned out great. I have some of them now on my website that I use for advertising and stuff like that. So
I got my first one on my website as well.
Yeah, of course. That first is always it.
It was shot in a living room.
Mm-hmm.
We moved everything out the way. I'll never forget that. Shot in the living room. Had a black backdrop.
Mm-hmm.
Her and her husband, she had on red. I'll never get red. So we had some little fake red roses laying around, and I had fun doing it.
Yeah.
And had my lights. The lights were perfect.
Yeah.
To this day, I asked her, I said, can I put this on my website? And she's like, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was my first one. I enjoyed it.
So I have been told, and on my learning, like photography can happen anywhere. For me, it's like, okay, it's been a hit and miss as far as like, because I've had a client who booked a hotel and like come here and shoot, but the hotel itself, like it wasn't a Sheraton, it wasn't an Omni, it wasn't. How do you adjust, and what advice tips could you give for me to adjusting a atmosphere that you didn't choose, that the client chose, but it may not be the ideal for a photo shoot?
Okay.
I'm learning.
So this is what I've done. It's all about that angle. It's about that angle and that cropping game. Okay, get as much of that angle as you can, crop out the rest. Crop it out and edit that picture. I've shot in, believe it or not, in a Motel 6.
I gotta see those pictures.
And believe it or not, Motel 6 have jacuzzi suites now.
Oh, really?
I was like, what?
Okay, Motel 6.
Motel 6 have jacuzzi suites. And I did a shoot in one. But, Motel 6 got that plain, they ain't got that pretty bed, and they got that little ugly nice thing.
Everything.
With that Bible up there. We got to transform. We got to transform this. So it's about getting that angle and, blur out, cut, paste. Not cut, paste, but crop out this and crop out that and then darken it, Yeah.
So we as photographers, we're creative directors as well. That's what I believe. I actually had a debate with somebody about it, and they were saying, no, a photographer is different from a creative director. And I'm like, well, not all photographers have a creative director on their team. So how do you interpret that?
Well, I asked them what they're looking for, number one.
Yeah.
What are you expecting out of this shot? What do you want? Tell me exactly what you want. And then as you begin to shoot, you'll kind of get a feel. You already kind of know what they want, and then you'll kind of see, and you'll get the feel of it. Like once you start gelling with that person, you'll actually just start seeing, oh, this would be a good shot. Hey, do this, or sit this way. No, that's I'm honest. That's ugly.
Yeah, I am too. Yeah.
I promise you're not gonna like the shot. Matter of fact, let's take the shot so I can show it to you.
Yeah.
I'll take that shot. Look, and they be like, oh, okay, so yeah, let's turn this other way. But I mean,
you're so soft spoken. How do they hear you?
Oh, that's just me. Everybody say I talk. They try to say I have my sexy voice. I don't have a sexy voice. I just talk. This is how I talk. I'm a calm person. I'm a calm person. It take a lot for me to get mad.
Well, that's a good thing.
You know I'm mad. If I'm mad, you done did something to me, or it took you a while to get there. If I'm mad, you caused that situation. But I'm laid back. That's the way I am. I'm laid back. I don't like drama. I like to be cool. My thing is I get along with everybody.
Yeah.
I try to have no enemies. I don't have no enemies, truthfully.
Yeah.
I stay out the way. I stay in my lane and do what I do. It's just Qualon. That's who I am.
I like that. Just Qualon. And for anybody out there that's just now tuning in again, this is Hidden Images Podcast, powered by Next Level Internet Radio. I'm your podcast host, Sabrina Ford, and we're sitting here with Qualon Hackworth, financial advisor. Let's go back into finances. Let's go back into that, because that's what's important. That's what we're here for today. It sounds like photography is an added bonus of what you do. So let's dive back into the finances and talk more about the finances, and let's go back to us as a culture.
Life insurance. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it. How important is it to have it, and why isn't it a requirement to have life insurance? Like we have to have other car insurance, homeowners insurance, and things like that.
Correct. Well, life insurance, man, if you really look on Facebook, you can tell when someone does not have life insurance. You can, GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And we've turned GoFundMe into, well, that's life insurance. It's not life insurance. That's not it. It's not it. If anybody ever told you that's not it, I'm telling you that's not it.
Yeah.
That's not the way. It's not what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Me personally, I've learned, I want to leave my last love letter. If something, God forbid, if something happens to me, my last love letter to my wife and my kids and my grandkids is going to be, here, baby, I'm not here no more. My life is over, but here's some money to make y'all life better. This is something that I personally take to heart. Because it's a lot of people lives have been devastated because they didn't have life insurance.
Yeah.
Now you're in a situation where you gotta beg and scrape, or have a fish fry, or sell dinners, and sell everything out your house. It's a bad situation. Because
when we pass away, our debt doesn't go anywhere. Our debt is transferred to somebody else, and your spouse, your children, grandchildren, possibly, if that's who's here. And so that debt has to still be taken care of.
You'd be surprised of the people that will say, man, I don't need no life insurance. I said, well, who's gonna bury all, man? They'll figure it out. Like, bro, what? No. To me, I'm like, what kind of mentality is that for you to have?
I think it's the mentality coming from us people that just haven't been taught the value of life insurance.
Correct. Yeah. And that, when someone says that kind of, that'll tug at me. I'm like,
yeah.
Come on, brother. You got a family. And it's something that you as a man should be like, I want to make sure my family taken care of.
Yeah.
And sad to say, some people not like that, but it's true. But it goes along with that. We educate families first.
Right.
You don't want you pass away, and then that leaves a wife out there. You got to get it how she lives. You know what I'm saying? It just opens up a bunch of doors of potential bad things that can happen to your family while you gone. Well, you gone, period. But
Right.
once you leave,
Right.
but you know, you kind of want to. They already gonna be hurt that you're gone, but you want to make that transition as smooth as possible.
That's true.
But then on the other hand, we got people like that we're gonna live forever. I don't need life insurance. You know, that life insurance at the back of their mind. We don't talk about it enough. We need to talk about it. And or we have life insurance and don't know if it's working for us or if it's working against us. And that's where that education come in. That well, this is what your insurance has. You know, it's working for you right here, but it's definitely working against you right here. You know, there's a certain insurance, and they really in the black community that we've been sold, and really, in my opinion, we've been hoodwinked. Truthfully.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we elaborate on it. Yeah, it is a insurance out there where you know it has a savings account attached to it.
Okay.
And I put it as I break it down like this, and I asked, do you have any kind of savings account attached to any kind of other insurance that you may have? And they always say no. So, what sense do it make to have like a savings account attached to your life insurance? And they'd be like, well, they say I can borrow this money. That's the only thing we hear right there. If times get hard, I can borrow that money. You know, we borrow money, and we just borrow the money. And like that.
So what are the names of these accounts? What are
whole life, cash value? You know, we got universal life. There's different names for them, but they all have savings accounts attached to them.
So what you're saying is it's important to have a savings account attached to it or not? And
no, you need to have it outside your insurance. You know, so with our company, you know, we put a policy on term policy. We sell term. We don't sell whole life. We sell term. Term policy on, and then have a start an investment or a savings account outside of it, because the reason is in most of those whole life policies, you're paying for two things, but you only get one. And a lot of people don't know that. And a lot of them got them because Big Mama and Papa had it, and then their kids had it, and then your mama and daddy had it, and now you got it too. And well, this is what my Big Mama and Papa had. Well, I hate to be the one. You know me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry. Well, Big Mama and Papa, I took advantage of as well.
So why term and not home? Because I've heard both, and I've heard an advisor say buy whole, and then now you're saying we do term. With so much information out there, how does someone make the right decision for their life or for their policy?
Well, we look at it like this. It's called a theory of decreasing responsibility. In your early years, you need a whole lot of insurance because you're young, you got a mortgage, you got a lot of debt. So as time goes along, you're getting older, you don't need a lot of life insurance. You just, you need that for retirement. And the kids are grown, they're on their own, it's just you. Then you don't have a lot of responsibility. But in the early years, you need a lot. So then in the early years, you need a nice big term policy. You need that. And so in the midst of, with us, we have a term policy and we start that investment with it. Term is for a period, yeah, true. But we put that investment with it, by term invest the difference when we have that that component right there. So you got an investment growing with that. And so
the investment is pretty much for after the term ends. Gotcha.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So,
that makes sense then.
Yeah. And so you have that money there. And on the flip side, to go back to the whole life policy, you have that savings in that account. So I always put it like this. Let's say we're married. We say like we have a $50,000 policy and 50 in the savings. Yeah, 50 can gross that, but in the savings. And you decide I want to redecorate the kitchen or something. Okay, well, we're gonna go borrow that money out of that savings. We gotta go borrow our money and pay, but we gotta pay our money back with interest. So we borrowed $25,000 out. We redecorate the kitchen. You're happy. You're excited. My kitchen is beautiful. But now we gotta pay that money back with interest. In the midst of us paying that back, I pass away. So now what happens is we owe. We owe. So they're gonna take that money out of the policy, put it back.
And you get the balance.
You get the balance what's left after what's buried. After you're
Wow.
And
Okay.
if majority of the people knew that little component right there, if they knew that, do you think they would buy those policies? No.
Wow.
That's just real. You know, it's just facts. And you know, a lot of people try to shoot down term. They're just full for terms.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because I've been told, you know, buy whole life insurance because it's for the whole term of your life, and then term is just for a certain period. So what do you do when that term is up and you might be sick in the first, like when you first got the insurance policy, maybe you weren't sick and now you're diabetic, you're cancer, things happen, and you probably won't be able to get more coverage. Is that true, or what? How does that all work out and play out?
Well, in our policies, we have a couple of components there. We have what we call waiver of premium. Number one.
What is it called?
Waiver of premium.
Waiver of premium.
Waiver of premium.
Waiver of
So
premium.
that means if you become disabled or something during the policy, you know, you can keep paying your policy for 6 months. And after that 6 months, you no longer have to pay your policy. The company pays for you.
Oh.
So then we have what we call an increasing benefit rider. So the increasing benefit rider is where you start with this amount, but every year, you know, the anniversary year, it increases by 10%. And so you might start a little, but you know, eventually you end with a lot. But we put those on all our policies. A lot of people don't do that in their policies. As a matter of fact, I think we're like really the only one that really do that. And it's not necessarily we're not always the cheapest, but I can say that we are the best, and I do know that we pay out.
Right.
Our company don't look for a loophole to find where we don't pay out. You know, 9/11 happened. Who was the first company? Our company was the first one to pay out. So what you think those other companies had to do? They had to follow suit.
Right.
And so we, like I say, we're not the cheapest, but we are the best. And a lot of those policies, they don't have the little, I say the perks we have with our policies. And so it's, you know,
which makes sense.
We just, like I say, we just educate them.
Yeah.
This is what we have, and this is what we do, and this is what you have. This is what they're not going to do. It just, you know, we don't try to twist. It is a term in insurance. The industry is called twisting. We don't twist. We just present the facts. Tell them exactly what it is, and you either look at those facts and make a good choice, or you ignore those facts and make a bad choice. You know. But,
so why isn't it a requirement? We have to have car insurance, or you'll get a ticket. You have to have homeowners insurance.
That's a good question.
But life insurance isn't a requirement.
That's a good question. I don't know. That's a great question. That's, should be required, because if no one claims your body, or I'm not able to bury you, then it falls
on the state, right?
On the state of the city or whatever.
And they have to pay for it anyway.
Pay for it, and you're gonna get a basic. There ain't gonna be no funeral.
Nothing. It's just
they're gonna have a funeral for you at 10 a.m. You're gonna be in the ground by 10:04. 10:05. Just straight like that. But you're gonna say a few words, and then you get lowered into the ground. But, yeah.
Woo.
But it's a lot, man. When we just talk about life insurance, that's a lot.
It is a lot. I mean, just sitting here listening to you, like other brokers and advisors that I've spoken to in the past, and I'm learning from you even today. It's just so much that goes into it. And this evening we're going to have wealth strategists on as well, and I'm going to learn from them as well. And it's just it's just so much information for people. Where do people start? Where would you tell someone to start when it comes to understanding more about what life insurance policy is best for me?
Like I say, our approach is, we come in, do the financial game plan, we put that plan together, and we show them we look at your needs. Okay, do you want your house paid off when you pass away? Do you want your debt paid for? That's really how it's supposed to go.
Gotcha.
When you pass away, everything should be enough to cover everything, and then still have something for your family to live off of.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to go, and truthfully, in the white and Jewish community, that's what they teach, and that's what happened. I'm no longer here, but that person is gone, but somebody's life is about to change, about to be blessed, and they keep it going on and on and on.
They say that's how the Rockefeller family, how they just invested.
Correct.
And of course they're the richest family in the world.
Correct.
And life insurance policies.
That's one of America's best kept secrets.
Wow. Oh, don't come get me, y'all. I just feeling some jewels there, some beans.
Yeah.
But I mean,
like Master P.
Yeah.
No Limit Records was started from a life insurance policy.
What? I didn't know that.
Wow.
Look it up.
What?
Master P's grandfather left him a policy.
Mm.
And he, being the person he was, he took, I think it was 10 grand, something like that. I think it was 10,000. He took that policy and turned it into No Limit Records.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
See how someone passed away?
Yes.
Here you go, grandson.
Mm-hmm.
He took it and ran with it, changed his life, and he changed his whole family tree.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See what he did.
And his children's children, Romeo's children,
Correct.
and he put his son on, and now he's a multimillionaire. And it's just, that is why it's so important for us as Black people, as African Americans, to make sure that we're taking care of each other as a family, and that we're providing each other resources, tools, and knowledge so that we can build generational wealth.
Correct.
And generational wealth isn't just leaving money. It's giving them that mindset in order to do what Master P did. Hey, I've been left this money. Now what can I do with it? I don't want to go scrounging, spending it on this, on frivolous stuff. I'm going to take this money and invest it. I did not know that. I'm definitely going to look that up.
Look it up.
I am.
I'm interested to know what this person that just won this that $1 billion.
Somebody hit the lotto?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm interested in what.
I'm not even going to look at the numbers because I wanted to play.
I want to know what they're going to do with all that money. They have millions.
Lord, if you bless me with that amount of money, I just know I'm going to be frivolous with a little bit of it. I'm not going to lie to you, Lord.
You hear about people that win a lotto.
And the next month or two, broke. Ooh, that's not going to be me, though, but I'm going to have some fun. Quayla's like, correct.
A studio bill.
Yeah, you know.
Find me some land in the studio.
Yes. Oh my gosh, land. That is so important. I'm glad you brought that up because that's, another one of those generational wealths that we could, keep in our family and pass down to our family. And I see a lot of Black people, we inherit stuff and then we go sell it off.
Correct. That's something I talk, with the wife about. Our house being, I told her, baby, I waited about a year. I said, baby, this, it's just our starter house. She looked at me like, what you mean? This is our starter house. We're going to pay this house off and we're going to get us something else.
Yeah.
And we're going to have this house. We're going to be able to leave this house to our kids. And we're going to keep this house in the family. And then that house, the same goal, that house, we're going to be able to leave that house to our kids.
Right.
It's time out for leaving debt to our kids. Let's leave houses to our kids. Let's leave businesses to our kids. Let's, let them inherit. Let them inherit something real.
Yeah.
Some debt.
Yeah.
And that's my frame of mind. Bible says a wise man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. And that's part of my prayer every day. You know, I say that I'm part of my affirmation. I'm a millionaire. I'll be the first millionaire in my family. And my children will be millionaires, and their children will be millionaires, and their children will be millionaires, and their children will be millionaires.
I know that's right.
That's part of my affirmation every day. I said it on the way over here.
I know that's right. We're going to speak that to existence. Amen to that.
I'm in my car, turn the music down, I'm speaking it as I'm driving. That's what I do.
And I think that is so important. You speak that every day, and it's gonna come like Nadia. That's my business bestie. She says every day, "Girl, I'm gonna be rich by tomorrow." Yeah. So now she got me saying it, and so now every day I wake up, I'm like, man, I'm trying to be rich by tomorrow.
I'm trying to figure out how to get rich by tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure it out. What it is, and there's no method to it. Yeah. But if we keep that mindset. If we keep thinking that way and we keep putting in the action behind what we're doing, behind you and being a financial advisor, your photography business, photography alone is a 6-figure business.
Correct.
And then you're adding the finances, and then you said you have some other things under your hat. I know when we just started. What else are you working on, Qualon?
Well, this is a whole nother. Okay. We're going to talk about the health. You know, me, I've been dealing with my weight. And so, you know, the health and wellness industry. So, and I tell people this, you know, a lot of people now, they're getting surgery. But, you know, me, you looking at someone has taken off weight and put the weight back on. And so I tell people, you can have all the surgeries you want. You can take all the supplements you want. But if you don't change your lifestyle, your mental and your lifestyle, you're gonna end up right back in the situation you started in. Yeah. And I didn't make those changes. Yeah. You know, I started with a product and I lost weight. Believe it or not, I lost weight, but I gained that weight back. Yeah. Because I'm like, I got the answer for it. Mentally, I got the answer for it. I can eat this, I eat that. No, you gotta change what you're eating. You gotta watch what you're putting in your body. You know, you have to really just be real with yourself. And so I have a product, you know, to see I drink the tea. I use the tea, detox tea, and that's working well for me. And so I'm on a mission. Like I had a couple of guys now for the next 6 weeks. Put myself out there. So for the 6 weeks, the goal is to lose 25 pounds. Okay, I like that. I got a couple of guys we've connected together, and we're gonna drop 25 in 6 weeks. Okay. I go back to the doctor in 6 weeks. I'm healthy. I'm fine. You know, no diabetes. I have high blood pressure, but that's going down. That's under control. And truthfully, not telling anybody else to do this. Disclaimer. But I can. I tell my doctor what I'm doing. I take my blood pressure pill maybe every other day or every 2 days. I'll take my, because I'm winging myself off of that. Yeah. You start exercising and doing a thing, eating the right thing, your body will start correcting itself. That's true. But if you're thinking I'm gonna eat this greasy pork chop and all these carbs with it, and then you're gonna pass out and go, no. I have that issue, and I've done the same thing. Like 2014, I was on like my health kick. I was taking a certain product and drinking the shakes and trying to be a part of their family. And I lost weight, saw my body starting to tone up. I was running marathons, running 5 miles a day. But I didn't have the mentality to keep it up. Correct. And so of course gained all that little weight back. Yeah. And I don't watch what I eat hardly, and I tell myself, when I see myself drop a couple pounds, I'm like, okay, I'm good. Yeah. I can go eat. I can go out to eat now because I done dropped a couple pounds. Cheat days. Yeah, like cheat days are more than the workout days. People don't realize those cheat days can really throw you off. They do. They can throw you off because you have one cheat day. That's cool. Mm-hmm. One cheat day. And then you have in your mind, well, I messed up yesterday. I want to do this today, and I'm going to do this today.
Yeah.
And that day turns to the next day. And the next
Yes.
day, and you just cheat every day.
Every single day. It's a wrap. I'll start next year.
Yeah. Yep. Or I'm waiting till Monday to start. It'd be Wednesday. Well, I'm gonna kick it the rest of this week and start Monday. No, start now.
So let me ask you this, because I'm thinking they kind of play a part in each other. Health, maintaining a good health, and then having that life insurance. How do they play a role in each other?
Play a big role. So, there's a lot of people that's faced with you're uninsurable.
Oh.
Some companies, they won't insure you because you're a health risk.
Mm-hmm.
You might have diabetes, type 2 diabetes or whatever, and high blood pressure. You taking 2-3 medications for this and 2-3 medications for that. And your diet ain't good at all.
Yeah.
And just different factors that underwriting look at.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with any company.
Yeah.
Not just any company. They look at those facts, and then they look at your doctor's report as well.
Yeah.
People don't know that they can look up your doctor's report now.
Mm-hmm.
So you might say, I'm healthy, I don't do this, I don't do that. Then they go pull up your doctor's report, and then they'll tell you excluded this information here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the information we got. Those people, they take time to research.
Yeah. As they have to.
Yeah, because you're gonna expect them to give you a whole lot of money.
Yep.
If something happened to you, well, they're gonna take some money and research and make sure you are who you say you are. You are doing, you're healthy like you say you are, and yeah.
Yeah.
So it plays a lot of factors, and you getting insured.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say a lot of people don't get insured, and in some cases, also, it depends on your background too in some companies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, ma'am. We had to go through that.
I never knew that your background could play a part in that.
In some cases, if you have a felony, in some cases, and I never really understood that, but yeah,
Huh.
Close to home with us, my mom telling me, okay, close to home, my wife's brother, he passed away. He couldn't get coverage. He had some background issues, and so when he passed away,
I never knew that.
we had to come out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we were blessed enough to be able to come out of pocket and connected with the right folks. And if they were taken care of,
Mm-hmm.
we was able to take care of it. But it's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we have people come to me. Well, my son is in jail. Can I get a policy on him? No, ma'am, I can't. No.
Maybe that's considered a high risk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Risk factor.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
A lot of people didn't know that, and I didn't know
No,
that.
I didn't either. Hey,
And so, yeah, it's they look at a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah.
They gonna dig into your past. They gonna look, even with your driver's license.
Yeah.
You have a driver's license? No. Why you don't have a driver's license? I just don't got one. What you think they finna do?
Find out why.
Throw that rubber.
Oh, you been in all these accidents.
Accident, DWI.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's considered a high risk. I know one of the questions they always ask, like smoker, non-smoker, of course they ask about your health and stuff like that, but that other stuff I just didn't know. And wow, like I said, it's every day on here I'm learning something new.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Correct.
So have you ever had to turn down a family
As far as what?
as far as coverage? How do families get some type of coverage? Is there a minimum coverage?
Yeah. Let me see. Well, you know, it depends. Like I say, you know, what their health factors were. Some, you know, it's up to underwriting. They're gonna tell us we can't cover them, or they're gonna say, yeah, we're covering them.
Gotcha.
And you know, if it was up to me, okay, yeah, you need coverage, yeah. But you know, they have, like I say, we're talking about thousands upon thousands of dollars, not millions of dollars that these companies gonna pay your family if something happened to you.
Yeah.
So you know, they gotta go through those factors, and they're gonna say yes or no. And so all I can say, well, unfortunately, they say we can't cover you. Sir, we can't cover you. It's been a situation where myself, I use myself, where I had, my weight was out of control, and you know, blood pressure was out of control, and I got declined, but the wife and the kids didn't. So I stayed off the policy, and they got covered, make sure they were covered. But me being me, thinking in my head, that was something that used to bug me. And I was like, okay, when I got the client, I said, no, dude, you gotta get yourself together, because the man that I am, and when I leave here, I need my family taken care of. And I got that. That's what prompted me to start losing weight and doing what I need to do, get my blood pressure under control. And then once I did that, I got it, you know, I got covered. I got accepted and got covered.
There you go. So you got to put that work in.
The work in, yeah.
I know today, even from a seller, even from the consumer aspect, could be a yes tomorrow. Like,
correct.
I get it.
And
I like that.
And even as you're young, if you're young, that don't mean anything because you're young. You know, there's a lot of young folk checking out here faster than some of the older folk.
Oh, that is so true.
You're young, you're healthy, get covered.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a young parent, you know, you're a young working parent, you know, get you some life insurance outside of your job. Don't just get it through your job, get it outside of your job. Because if anything happens to you, to that job, your insurance is gone.
Right.
Because truthfully, it's just like group health insurance.
And I think it only will cover you if something happens if you're on the job. It's not going to cover you if you're off the clock and something happens and you're partying in Vegas or whatever the case may be. It's just...
It depends. But then, you know, you got to look at it. There's a lot of loopholes they can use, too.
True.
Because they got a lot of them bundled together with an accidental dismemberment. And, you know, you have to die a certain way.
Oh, my God, Lord, make sure
broke. This leg got to be twisted, you know. But I mean, and that's something that we tell our clients, you know, people that we talk to. Well, who you have your life insurance with? Oh, I got to do my job. What you got outside of your job? I don't got nothing. I'm good. I got to do my job. No, you're not good. No, you're not good. And that's what majority a lot of people have. Well, I got my life insurance through my job. No, you need to have something outside of your job. Because if you lose the case in point, when COVID hit, a lot of people had their insurance through their job. They didn't have nothing outside their job. COVID hit, what happened to a lot of people's job? Gone. And so then people really started understanding then. Okay, I do need to have my stuff outside my job. Because if something happened to me right now, you know, we're messed up. You know, your family's messed up. And so, COVID taught a lot of people
quite a few lessons.
Yes.
And specifically about these jobs. You know, one minute they're here, one minute they're not here. They do not care about you.
Correct. There is no such thing as a secure job. Whether you work for the government or whoever, there is no secure job. Because just like you just got that job can be gone. And
also, like, with a lot of entrepreneurs, like we're seeing a lot of entrepreneurs develop their brands in the middle of the pandemic, mine being one of them. I got laid off from my employer. I'm hired back by that same employer. But do I think that there's not a chance I'd be laid off again? Oh, yeah, I think so. There might be a chance. Like,
if it happened once,
it can happen again, right? And so I just thank God that I was able to find something outside of working full time, something that I can take, develop into my own, and something that I can have even during another pandemic.
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
a lot of the businesses had to stop, but there's still some that had to keep going and kept going. And
Correct.
how did you push through the pandemic?
Okay. Well, here's the other hand. I am a bus driver.
Ah,
So I'm a bus driver. And so through, I work for a school district, But we were still able to get paid.
mm-hmm.
And, we had to do a certain thing maybe once or twice a week, but luckily we were blessed to still get paid. But then also in the industry, I mean the financial service industry, we were considered essential.
Yeah.
And so we didn't have to shut down because we was considered essential, and so we stayed open.
Mm-hmm.
And I was told a lot, get licensed.
Yeah.
Because something happens, you're essential worker, nurses, doctors. My wife, she's a nurse as well. And luckily, we were blessed that we was able to weather through that storm, because a lot of people wasn't.
Yeah.
And a lot of people lost a lot of things, homes, and yeah. So that was just a blessing, that so far, our life we've been making good decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important. So, okay.
It is. It's very important, and it sounds like, what we preach here on Hidden Images is what you have, is that multiple streams of income.
Correct.
And let's talk about that. Not only it being so important, but like during the pandemic, maybe one stream of income wasn't considered, what'd you just say? I'm sorry. Essential, yes, thank you. But then you had other streams of income that were considered essential, and you were able to continue going.
Correct.
How important is having multiple streams of income nowadays?
Yeah. Simple saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yes, that's true.
That's it.
That's true.
Have them all in one basket, have some money come from over here, have some money come from over there, have some money come from over there, don't have them all in one area, because,
Yeah, I like that. That's the perfect answer, and I agree. And that's another thing, like, we need to start teaching our children, in the Black community, especially us, is having that multiple streams of income, getting that life insurance, and getting the right coverage and the right amount, because that plays a part in it. If you don't have the right amount, it's just not like having any at all, is what I'm understanding. So have you ever had to do that? Have you ever found a policy where you're like, hey, we've got to get you more coverage? You showed them exactly where they were lacking, and they said, hey, yes, let me go ahead and get what I need.
Absolutely, yeah. This immediately brings back a memory of a lady who was in South Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to her house, and back in the day, when I had a grandma or papa, used to have insurance, and that man will come to that house once a month.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, baby, give this money to that man right there when he comes to the door. And then, they sign that little, or stamp it or whatever. And she had a policy for about 40 years. About 40 years, she's been paying on that policy faithfully. And so that was like one of my first real encounter to see how somebody has gotten taken advantage of.
Mm.
And we sat down with her, and she had a policy. She had like 3 policies. One was, I believe, was like a little over $1,000. Another one was like $800 some. Yeah, about $800 some. I think she had another one that wasn't, maybe just a little shy of $1,000 as well. But that other one, she think it was a life policy. It wasn't a life policy. It was some kind of fire policy or something. And that's part, some of the things that was happening back in those days, because a lot of them couldn't read, truthfully. They couldn't read. And so, our communities was infiltrated by some of these guys. They come in to sell them these policies, and they making a killing off these policies.
Wow.
But they don't, if you really check and look, they don't have them kind of policies on themselves. A lot of them had term policies with $500,000 to $1 million policies on themselves and their families. But they come in and sell these little bitty policies in our communities. And
And the numbers that you're quoting, when you say they have a $1,000 policy or $800 policy, that's the payout of the policy. Is that what you mean?
Correct.
Oh my gosh, they
And
won't
ask
cover
yourself,
anything.
what is that gonna do?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Well, back in the day, it might have been
Yeah.
something. But is it gonna keep up with the times of inflation?
Right.
No. And by then, if we looked and see how much money she should have had in net savings.
Yeah.
And we made a phone call. It was that evening. We came back the next day, and we called that company, and we couldn't get nobody on the phone.
Wow.
What?
And when we finally got somebody on the phone, there was no record.
That they had been.
All those years, there was no record.
Oh my gosh.
So you gotta ask yourself, that's just one person.
Yeah.
How many others are being done like that?
Wow. Truthfully, that's taking it. How do you sleep at night?
Right. Right.
As a not just an insurance person, but as a person,
Human being.
being, how do you sleep at night knowing that you got really screwed over?
Robbing
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Robbing.
Wow.
How do you sleep at night? And it's about that commission. You can pay a whole lot of money for that. Well, but that family devastated, something happens.
That's why, for me personally, like when people pitch me certain business, and I'm not just talking about life insurance. Somebody pitched another business to me. I hate being pitched this way. I hate being pitched to where, oh, you come in here and you can make all this kind of money, and you could be a 6-figure earner in less than a year, and da 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 da. But what am I actually doing? What?
I got a pitch like that the other day.
You got to work for it.
I don't want to just be out here faking and funking. Like, I want to know what products I'm selling to people. I want to know exactly what policies I'm putting in place for people. If you say I'm going to make 6 figures, just teach me the game and the money is going to come. I don't want to hear about what I potentially can make. And I think that's the problem.
It's a process.
Part of it.
It's a process. It's a process. You got to work. People. You got to think about. Most people are in an employee mindset.
They are.
They want to go punch a time clock, work for 8 hours, hit that time clock, and they check out.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's cool.
Nothing at all.
That's cool.
Nothing.
True entrepreneurship is not for everybody.
No, it's not.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
But, you got to come in, you got to talk to people. I'm not a people person. I don't want to talk to people.
That's not going to be for you.
That's correct. You got to talk to people.
Yeah.
You got to, sit down with folk.
Yeah.
Like I say, you got to learn your craft as well. But, with us, we have trainers. You go out with a trainer first. Because you dealing with people money. People will mess you up behind it. For real. And so,
Quick, fast, in a hurry.
For real. So you go out, you ain't going out. You don't think you're just coming in and you finna go. Once you get licensed, you finna go slang some life insurance.
Right.
Number one, you gotta get licensed. You gotta go to class. It's a 2-day class we put you through. And from 9 to 6 on a Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, you gotta miss a Sunday of church. I promise you, Pastor, not going to be for you to get a license, for you to change your life and make some more money. I mean, your time's gonna go up. I promise you that's not gonna be mad.
You know what? I like that. Hit it that way.
But yeah, you gotta get licensed. You know, this is a licensed industry.
Yeah.
You know, you get your license, and then now, meanwhile, while you studying to get licensed, you gotta be trained on what to do with that license, what not to do with that license. You know, so you with that trainer goes with you and shows you it's hands-on. We hands-on with it, and yeah, you gotta talk to people. You gotta sit down with people and learn. You know, learn the different policies and learn different situations that people are in. And so you gotta get out there and see. When you go, and the people are like, "Well, I don't want to do that." Well, when you get a job, you gotta go learn that job.
True.
You know, you gotta learn what to do on that job, learn what not to do on that job. Somebody's training.
Right.
You gotta go with a trainer. They gotta show you what to do. You're not just gonna come into these people's jobs, just do what you.
Then you start a probation period.
Yep. 90 days.
Once they let you loose.
Correct. We'll go through a 90-day probation period.
Yeah.
And you know, to do that, but you know, they're looking at it. You gotta be trained with some money behind it. You know.
Yeah.
Well, what am I trying to say? I'm like, you know, I gotta make something for that hour. I gotta have a certain, you know, we'll take that 15, which ain't nothing wrong with it. You'll take that $10 and $15 an hour, you know, and that'd be that. But for me, I wanted more.
I think people are just afraid to invest in themselves.
Correct.
Like the difference between $10 an hour and potentially making $400 an hour for closing a life insurance policy.
Correct.
Is just that investment in yourself. The time, like you just said, the exact same training time and hours McDonald's or somebody else, another corporation is going to give you. You can provide those same tools and then some, and people can do exactly what you're doing and make well more than $10 to $15 an hour. But it's just investing in yourself and believing in yourself that you can do it.
Correct. And while you still have your job.
You
know, some people just want to work 8 to 5 and be off work, and that's it. Go home and watch reality TV.
And there's nothing wrong with that. When I build my brand, I want to hire some of those people.
Correct. We need those people.
We do. We need those type of people. Exactly.
But you know, you go, you know, do your 9 to 5. I'm still a bus driver. I go do my 9 to 5. But while I'm doing my 9 to 5, I'm still working my business. You know, in between a rat or whatever.
During a break and all this stuff.
Do a life insurance policy. You know, not no disclaimer, not claiming any certain amounts, but you know, I wrote a policy in 20 minutes with a coworker. You know, 20 minutes, what, $700 in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Power of a license.
Yeah.
Let's say it again. That's the power of a license. So, you know, my wife, she's a nurse. My wife is also life licensed.
Yeah.
We're licensed in Texas and California.
Yeah.
So
That's probably a great pool of people you can sign up for what you do.
Because in the reality of it, everybody needs life insurance.
That's true. That's so true.
But the other reality of it is a lot of people feel like they don't need life insurance. A lot of people, like I say, they have it through their job and think they're good. You know?
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Yeah.
That used to be a thing they would offer life insurance, and they kind of don't do that no more. Are people getting hip to that? Wow.
You know, man, that's a whole other thing.
Wow.
Loopholes.
Yeah.
Man, just paired with this, you got to die this way.
Yeah.
That die this way is funny.
Yeah, for real. If people, they just read some of them policies. If you cross the state line, you die outside of the state.
Yeah.
You're not paying.
What?
Yeah. The policy's only good for the state that you signed it in. I've heard that one.
If you take a vacation or something, you go out of the state and you in another state and you die in that state, guess what? They're not paying.
Yeah.
Don't care how long.
I did hear that one.
Don't care how long you paid into that policy. Don't care.
That is a terrible loophole.
Man,
that is so deceiving. That is deceptive. Oh my
Because
gosh.
I was from Missouri and Kansas was so close, and you could literally be visiting in Kansas, but your policy's in Missouri.
Yep. Yes,
and you could be in a traffic accident, anything.
And you cross that state line, they not paying.
I heard that. I did hear that. Wow.
I don't care how nice of a person you are, or how much
well
you were known in the community.
You paid it on time all the time.
None of that.
None of
that state line.
Yeah.
Not paying. Nope.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's why it's so important to understand what you have.
Right. Yeah. We tell people, matter of fact, when we do a financial game plan, go get your policy. Go get it.
Yeah.
We finna have an educational moment.
Yeah.
And if I disturb the hell out of you, so be it.
Yeah.
You know.
Sorry. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Because it only helps you at the end.
True.
Or helps the client.
If you and your husband not sitting there looking at each other like, oh man, we in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, you in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
If so read your policies. And if you don't know how to read the policy, we do free policy audits. Bring your policy. You understand it?
Y'all hear that? Free policy audits.
Get you a policy audit. And we're gonna point out to you what your policy is. If you knew these factors before you bought this policy, would you have bought it?
Probably not. No. Right.
Clear and black is that's the one thing about it. They say one thing, but it's clear and black and white. If you do this, we're not gonna pay. If you go
a lot of people probably void their policies and don't even realize they've done it.
Correct.
Wow.
Read your policy.
And still paying on it. And you've already voided it.
Already voided it.
Correct. Or they're gonna keep that policy just simple for simple fact. This is what my mom and my dad had.
Yeah.
I get a lot of that, but this is what my mom and my grandma and grandfather and all them had. But I'm sorry.
Like you said earlier, that worked back 20, 30 years ago.
But nowadays, you and Big Mama, Papa, everybody.
Yeah, cost of living was different back
right.
Wow.
Rene Descartes said it best. Question everything.
Correct.
Question everything. It doesn't matter what it is. And I do. I question a lot of stuff now.
If somebody asks me something and I don't know, I'm not finna sit there and make up nothing.
Right.
I'm finna tell you, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm finna
give me a minute.
Yeah.
I guarantee you I'm gonna come back to the house.
Yep.
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not. No.
Yeah.
I don't want to mislead nobody. And that's big with me. I ain't trying to mislead you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to mislead you.
Yeah.
Like I say, some of these guys, how do you sleep at night? Knowing that you didn't mislead this family. Knowing that this ain't gonna work. But I don't.
Wow.
Ooh.
And for everybody listening and tuned in here on live and on Douglas's live as well, like, listen at what Qualon is saying. We can appreciate people like him who will sit down with you, tell you about your policy, where you might have been misled. Hey, look, we're giving out free policy audits, and we're going to put you on the right policy that's best for you and your family. Right. Not everybody is going to do that for you, and be that honest about it.
Right. If what you got is good, so be it.
Ooh, that's worse than a car salesman. Some of the people you're talking about. Sell you anything just to get it off the lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golly.
Sell you a lemon. But that's just me. I've always been like, I'm gonna keep it real. And keep it 100 with you.
Yeah.
Because that's how I want somebody to be with me.
Yeah.
Keep it 100 with me. Give me the real facts. Give me the truth. Don't try to mislead me.
Yeah, and just like you said, and on the consumer end, like, be honest and upfront about your health, about your background, about everything, so that you can be put in the right policy. Because just like Douglas said, people are out here voiding their policies and don't even know that it's been voided, and you're paying on it every month, and you told them you're not a smoker, but you smoke every day. Then when something happens, they're not going to pay out.
here's another one. You think about this. As soon as someone dies, what's the first thing they check for? What's the first thing they're going to ask?
It was drug related? Or they do the autopsy.
Did they have life insurance?
Oh, okay.
That's the first question that's asked when someone passes away. Did they have life insurance?
That's almost as bad when you go to the hospital. Do you have medical insurance?
Yeah.
Then they treat you differently.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Man, look, I'm glad. I mean, we were able to experience some things and see for ourselves what people go through. That don't have life insurance.
Yeah, you've been on both sides of it.
We've been able, like I said, we were blessed enough to be able to come out and do it.
Yes.
But hey, if you don't do this is what you're gonna have to go through.
Right.
This is what you're gonna be facing. You're gonna see you put that GoFundMe up on Facebook, and I had a lady reach out to me about 3 weeks ago, and I don't chase people, to make them to get their policy, to do a policy. But I'm gonna do a follow up with you. I'm gonna follow up with you. Hey, it's been 3 months. I put it on my schedule. Call this person. 60 days, 30 days, 90 days. Follow up. You ready to get that policy on your family member, on yourself or whatever? No, not yet. I still gotta get myself right. Baby, it's been almost a year.
Right.
You're saying the same thing for almost a year. And then you get that phone call. Hey, so this happened to so and so. Is it anything that you can do?
It's too late now.
No.
Yeah.
It's better to be early
than
1 minute too late.
Yeah.
After that 1 minute too late is too late. Ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Or it's better to get you some life insurance while you're young and you're healthy. Pay it. Pay your policies. Stop letting your stuff lapse.
Yeah.
That's another big thing. Especially in our communities, we look at put our values wrong.
Yeah.
First thing we're gonna pay is our life insurance policy. Then everything else we pay. Because let something come up to where we're gonna go kick it. Let's go kick it. I ain't finna pay this bill this month.
Yeah.
How many people got caught slipping like that?
Yeah.
Pay your policies. Quit letting your stuff lapse.
Yeah.
It's important. It is important. It is important. Pay your life insurance.
Yeah. It definitely is important.
Yep.
It's at the top of the food chain, and unfortunately, we've been misled, and some of us have been taught that it's not at the top of the food chain, and it is.
Yeah.
It's so important, and that's why I've connected with other wealth strategists like yourself, other financial advisors, and September the 4th we are putting on a financial empowerment event. It's going to be at the Real Club in Fort Worth, Texas from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's going to feature Super Bowl champion and wealth strategist Tony Hills, wealth strategist Courtney Holmes, credit repair expert, serial entrepreneur Mariah Davis, and then another credit repair expert, Ricky Jefferson. So just like this podcast, it was spun from a different podcast. We had another wealth strategist, Courtney Holmes, on, and Douglas and I, we were just so impressed, and we just understand how much this information is needed in the Black community that we just decided to host that event, that financial empowerment event. And like I said, September 4th at the Real Club from 1 to 5 p.m. I hope that you two are able to make it. I know it's Labor Day weekend, but
on a Saturday.
I know you're always busy. You're always super busy, but next year, I want us to stay connected on this, because next year I would love for you to have you as one of the guest speakers as well. Like I said, this is something that we've longed for. Like, I want to know and understand how to get a better track of my own finances, about investing, about saving, You know, I tell the people all the time, I'm here, this is a business podcast, but I don't claim to know everything. And I will never claim that. And every day it's always a learning process.
Yes.
And so we're going to wrap up the show. But before we get out of here, I just want you just to reiterate and let everybody know where they can find you, how they can get in touch with you, and let them know about that free policy audit again.
Main place you can reach out to me is on Facebook, on the Qualon Hackworth. It's Qualon Hackworth, HACKWORTH, and you can inbox me. You probably see a post I have on there on my story. You can simply comment on that post, need some information. I'd like to get a free policy audit, or you can simply text me or call me. My number's all over there at 972-670-7730. You can reach out to me. And we just sit down, we schedule a time to get together. We don't have to be face to face. You could be sitting in your living room, and I could be sitting in the office or at my home. We could get right over the Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't gotta waste no gas, nothing like that. There is no excuse. But face to face is better, but we still can get it done over the Zoom. And as far as with the financial photography as well.
Yeah, everything.
So as far as the photography, you can reach me on Instagram at TRS_photography 2018. That's my Instagram page as well. So reach out to me. Love to work with you. Also with my other with health and wellness, you guys need some for health and wellness. I have detox tea as well, and some other products as well. We talk about it as well. So just reach out to me. Because I believe in this, we're dying spiritually, financially, and physically. And we're able to, minister to that spiritual man, that physical man, and financial man.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Qualon.
Thank you.
You're so knowledgeable. Oh my goodness. I just learned so much today. Again, thank y'all so much for tuning in to another great episode of Hidden Images Podcast. And again, this isn't it today. We're going to be back live in Plano, Texas. And we're going to be sitting with the Galaxy Wealth Group again. That is financial wealth strategist Courtney Holmes, Super Bowl champion and wealth strategist Tony Hills, Mariah Davis, and also we're going to be sitting with Ricky Jefferson. He's also a credit repair expert. So you guys, make sure you guys stay tuned in later on as well. We'll be back live around 7 p.m. Again, this has been another great episode of Hidden Images Podcast powered by Next Level Internet Radio. I hope y'all have a great Monday, and as always, que tengan un buen día ustedes, que tengan un buen lunes. Have a great day. You could be starting a business out. You could be 5 years into your business. But when you come to one of our tours, you're still going to leave with some type of knowledge. Hey there, podcast listeners. Want to hear more from Hidden Images Podcast? Download Next Level Internet Radio app and start tuning into some of the hottest underground artists from all over. Plus, Hidden Images Podcast airs every Monday from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Download now.